Hi, my name is Inga Ulmane, and I'm the Pavilion Director of Latvia here at Expo 2020. And Latvia is a rather small country in the European Union. We call ourselves Northern Europeans, having all 4 seasons, very rich with the nature. Half of the country is covered with the forests. So wood is a very important material and I think in our economy. So maybe I can start a little bit about Latvia Pavilion. What is the concept and what we have created here. So as the base material, you can see we have used peat. There is a different understanding and audience of people when they see the peat. So many people think it's a wood. Many people think it's a cork. So actually in the biggest room where we have most of the peat, we do allow people to touch it, so they can really, and also at the very beginning we show like little pieces, so they can have their own understanding and they can really feel the material. And you can see it even here. The material itself is very unique. There's only like Canada, Russia, Latvia, where you can find this million-years-old material. It's very unique because we call it our DNA. And this is also why we have the slogan for our pavilion is called Soil for Innovation. Because in historical point of view, we used to use peat as a fertilizer for our ground, for plants, for agriculture. Nowadays, we try to recycle it more, use it more sustainable way. For example, use it for interior design, for construction, and different other materials you can see here. But obviously, we try to do it very innovative because all these shapes that we have here are made with a robot hand. So this was not a manual work, but this is actually basically by putting in innovation in the historical way. So we all the shapes that you can see and the platforms is made with a robot hand. Second of all, also still this material is holding some smell. And basically the scent that we have in the pavilion is also educating people how our forests are basically what's the feeling when you go in the Latvian forest. Because you know, humans' memory is made by not only what we see or hear, but also smell, also touch, also environment, what kind of emotions it gives to you. So we are fine with touching and smelling and experiencing the pavilion in all the possible ways. And basically, if we talk about Latvia itself, we are very rich in nature. So at the moment, I can surely say that we are one of the greenest countries in the world, and obviously the huge contribution to that is forests. So more than half of the country is covered with forests. Well, when you are in the forests, I don't know, you go for hunting, or for example, it's very popular for us in the fall, do the berry picking or mushroom picking, because we really like to be part of the nature. To be honest, for us, as we are really nature people, it's already in our blood that it's not common for us to leave trash behind yourself in a forest or do some bad things in the nature, because we really respect it, because even from religious point of view, we are coming from history where we kind of worship the nature. We have a goddess of wind, we have a goddess of earth, so we really respect where we are coming from. And in this room, we kind of make the products in a front plan, because obviously when we are trying to educate people here at Expo about Latvia, we try to give them some connections with what they have seen. For example, in Latvia, we are producing a glass, anti-reflective glass, which is covering Mona Lisa in Louvre, in Abu Dhabi, not in Abu Dhabi, in Paris. And that's something everyone does recognize, the painting. Or, for example, everyone knows what Madonna is. So, for example, Latvians are also producing a microphone that she has used for recording her album. So, Latvians are not a mass producers, but we produce very specific niche things that help to make world better or other people to express their creativity. And in the last room at the Latvia Pavilion, here, actually the main idea is that it's nice to have a country, it's nice to have politics behind it and companies, but if we talk who is a creator of everything, it's a human itself. And in this room, with all the mirrors, we invite people to look at themselves and understand that, first of all, they are the ones who can change the world when it comes to sustainability, mobility, or opportunities. They are the ones who can create them, but they are also responsible for creating or for executing them, especially when it comes to impact on the nature or it comes impact on society in general. So in this room, we invite people to look at themselves in the mirror, and also we invite them to take a little picture where they can have it's kind of selfie, but then you get a nice picture with the Latvian logo, with a peat on the background, and that's something you can take home from our pavilion.
3, 2, 1, look up.
Yeah. And then the people can download the picture and share it with their friends and invite them to Latvia Pavilion. So when people have seen the show downstairs, as we say, they have got a little taste of Latvia, but they always want to find out more. Then we invite them to our second floor, which is a business floor, where they can actually have a really high quality conversation with our team about any industry they're interested in, or just see and try the products that we have. At the very beginning, we have this sample. This is a company doing a different wood art furniture or interior design pieces. They have had already experience in the Middle East, so that's why you can see maybe some patterns are not typical Latvian culture patterns, but they have adjusted it to the Middle Eastern culture and understanding, so people when coming to the pavilions can understand it a little bit better. So this is one of the ways how we use our tree. This corner, we like to call it a little audio tech corner. It starts with speakers that have been recognized very well globally, both by their quality, sound, and their design. And there's also a plasma pedal for guitar players or electric. We even had like a performance on the terrace with the electric violin. So it's for different musicians. And you know, when musicians come in our pavilion, they get excited because it's something they do recognize, but they never knew that it's made in Latvia. So it's also a nice, I would say, finding for us that the products are known globally, but maybe we haven't said enough that it's made in Latvia. So we try to do that here in the Latvia Pavilion. Then we have a little corner about our tech companies. So we like to say that the router or the company producing the routers, they are actually one of the global leaders. Then you saw in the show this specific it's a gaming keypad, and this Latvian company is actually the only one in the world producing the gaming keypad for the left hand and for people with disabilities. So it's very, actually, like as nowadays, thanks to pandemic, so many people have moved to virtual reality, and this is something that everyone kind of recognizes and find very attractive. Then we don't produce Tesla, but we are producers of electric go-karts. For example, this specific is for the kids, but we are also producing an adult version, and that was recognized in USA as the best go-kart for adults. The drone. This is also something you saw in the show, and we are very proud of this specific company and product. So basically, what's specific about this drone is that it can fly up to 20 hours, which is, by checking global competition, it's very remarkable, and it's most sophisticated unmanned drone. The radius it can fly from the pilot is 100 kilometers. And down here, like the most usage of it, down here is a very sophisticated camera. So it can do the surveillance, be it day or night, or different harsh weather conditions. So we usually use it either for border control, or if you have your agriculture land and you want to observe it. It is also used in Fukushima for measuring the radiation. And also, for example, for civil defense, or if there is someone, for example, lost in the waters or in the mountains, like a human is lost, then this is something you can definitely use for these reasons. Then, through our cosmetics, we actually also try to tell people about the wildlife and nature and how we respect it. In Latvia, we have all 4 seasons. So basically, whatever plant or agricultural grains, vegetable, whatever, they come out nutritiously very rich because they have been surviving, you know, the summer, the winter, different weather conditions. So our scientists have research how to use the stem cells of the plants to the maximum by not destroying the nature. So we use a lot of birch, algae, different mushrooms that we find in our forests, because we see that the usage of it is not only as a food, but also, for example, in the medicine and cosmetics. Yes, and here and also outside, the interesting thing is that our people are so creative that we don't only learn or research how to use our own materials, but for example, this stand-up paddleboard is made not from the Latvian wood. This one is made from a wood which is very similar to bamboo. Because it's very unique. Usually paddle boards are inflated, and like when you think about wood, you wouldn't think about something that goes in the water. But this is actually a perfect suitable for the weather, and it was actually specially made for the Expo. So you can see again the very Arabic pattern with a golden color. So yeah, so it's more attractive for the local customer. And I would like to bring you to the terrace. So on the terrace, we have created a little playground for the kids, because as I mentioned before, obviously kids are like families also is a huge part of visitors of Expo. So everything you see here is made in Latvia. And everything is basically made of natural ingredients or materials, be it a textile or be it a wood. Even the screws are made of the wood. Because first of all, it's more sustainable, and second of all, it's more healthy for humans. And talking about the different materials, this specific hanging chair, it is made of lava. So obviously in Latvia, we do not have volcanoes. But the material itself, it's very durable, it's very resilient. So we have an artist who actually found a way how to heat up the lava material again to the condition where with hands he can do whatever he wants as an piece of art. So he made this hanging chair. It's a huge collection, obviously. There are also different designs, but it is very comfortable. And this is my secret spot, actually, whenever I'm a little bit tired in the pavilion. So I like to come here and just sit down, listen to the sounds, listen to the birds, and just be in my own little world. But I really, really love it. It's amazing. And the last thing I wanted to show you is this is like a little presentation how we have tried to show that we are not only cutting the new trees, but we are also recycling. So basically you can have whatever of these patterns or even create together with them a new one, because if I should say wood, then the second word is Latvians, because you know, as in people in UAE, their gold is oil. We say our gold is wood. So and we try to respect it, and we try to also show the best out of it. So basically we like visitors to take away three things, I would say. For those ones who don't know anything about Latvia, we like to have them a first impression about Latvia as very innovative and friendly country where they can come and realize their dreams. Second of all, for someone who knows already a little bit about Latvia, Historically, we have been very famous as agriculture, woodworking, metalworking country. So obviously during all the global needs and social challenges, we have become more technology and innovation focused country. So this is also something what we would like to people take away, and that's actually the biggest comment that people see. They have heard something about Latvia, but they have totally different impression what is it. And the third one, I want people to see Latvia as their playground for innovations and dreams. So in Expo we have these three districts or three main themes, sustainable mobility and opportunity. And Latvia is part of opportunity. So when you have an opportunity, you have to think about it in a long term, how it will affect the rest of the world. And regarding mobility, I think Expo has really proved that, especially during these pandemic times, mobility is something maybe we have not appreciated enough before. Because, you know, we were used to this consumption, to traveling, not maybe caring or appreciating what we have. But mobility is something what we need in order to connect the opportunities and make it sustainable. So this is the way how I actually see these three themes connecting each other, and they cannot live sensefully and helping the world if they don't connect to each other.